Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Lydia with Raindrop Lila, and today I want to do a flip through of my journal. This is my December daily journal, and actually I was aiming for a more junky journal, so I really wanted it to have kind of like a more destructured look, which is why you can see like the seams, and I was just kind of going for a more something just a little bit different. So I hope you guys are gonna enjoy this. So at first I started with these covers and I was gonna cover it up, but then my husband and I had a conversation and I felt like this was really kind of tied into the conversation we had, so I left it because it kind of took on another meaning. Anyways, so that's the cover. Okay, so all the kits that all the digitals that I used, all the papers are either from my digitals, or I also use some scrapbook paper. Like this is some scrapbook paper. I tried to use a bunch of scrapbook paper from that I've had kind of laying around, and actually this is from Ruby and Pearl, and so I do have some of hers in here also, but for the most part they're from my collection. Like this is my collection. And okay, so basically what I did here, I really tried to use a lot of wrapping paper. I tried to repurpose a lot of things and kind of like mix them in here. Usually I go more for like vintage ephemera and digitals and scrapbook paper. That's kind of like my go-to. I've been a long time scrapbooker, so that's kind of, maybe that's even my comfort zone, is to work with either digitals or scrapbook paper. But I really wanted to try to add in ephemera, like modern ephemera even, kind of like from everyday life. And so that's kind of been a challenge for me. And I know some people do it really beautifully, so I really wanted to try to add in just kind of like bits and pieces. So I'll kind of point out what I did. Okay, so this is digital from my shop. I did a lot of little tip-ins or like little flips with like some of my digitals, so I can have like journaling space. And I won't flip them all because some of them I have personal journaling on. And then you can see I have some bits of tissue paper, wrapping paper, and then this is like a little homemade tag that my daughter drew, and I thought that was so cute. So I just included that in there. Okay, and then here is, this is a printable. I'm actually going to go back and write some of my favorite Christmas carols on there. I think that's kind of cool. I always have like my favorites that I like to listen to during Christmas. This is Ruby and Pearl digital. Okay, so for this page right here, I decided to use a label from Martinelli's, and so I still want to peel this one off and see if I can use it. I'm really trying to like kind of use modern day ephemera from like everyday life, so I'm going to actually use a hair dryer on this and see if I could peel these off, because when I peeled this one it kind of tore, but I used it anyways. I thought it was pretty. And again, another thing that you can use is this gold piece. This is really pretty, and I used it in a few places in my journal. And I'm going to do a I'm going to start to kind of save up any type of like junk journaling pieces from like everyday life that I can use in my journals. So I think that these are pretty because of like the emblem. I always kind of keep an eye out for like really pretty logos. So I think these would be great for like junk journaling. And I even have, I'll show you guys what I saved today. Okay, so I saved this today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually cut this off. Like, how cute is that? That would actually be really cute. Like if you like to do themes, this would be really cute for like a farm journal. And then even the white paper part, so this is basically just a flour sack, right? The paper part, the white paper part, it's really nice texture, and I think it would be great like to stamp on, or even to like tea dye or coffee dye, or even any color dyes would be great. So you could just like tear off the top and use that part. And so yeah, I'm gonna cut this part off and use it. So I just, even this circle would be kind of cool to use. Let's see, even some of these like right here would be kind of cool to use. Anyways, so what I'm thinking to do is just like start cutting and collecting pieces and like kind of building kind of a stash to like pull from to work with, because yeah, I want to show you guys how you can actually use, you know, everyday life type of pieces. And I always love logos. I mean, I love working with graphics, so I always love like, you know, like logos from brands and stuff. I think that they are really cool, and I do appreciate the design aspect of it. So anyway, so that's what I did here. I just added it here. Here I have these little digitals. This is a freebie that I offered through Instagram and my Facebook group. So if you guys want to pick it up, I have that in my Facebook group, or you can contact me on Instagram. So I just added some pieces from like our gifts in there. And then what I love about December journals or Christmas journals is that I have a place for all my Christmas cards. So it's not like it's in a box or a file somewhere put away. I know where they're at. So this is actually a card from my sister and her family. And so how cute. And I haven't seen them in a while, so it's nice to see them. My nephew's all grown up now. Okay, so I actually have the address label right here, and I covered it up for privacy. But I just wanted to mention that I kind of kept it there just so that if I ever need it, I have it. So I got this in the mail, and I love the texture of the envelope, so I used it as a page. So I used it as a page, and then I have journaling underneath. And then as a pocket, and just with more bits and pieces. These are just some postcards that I have from this year, that I made this year. Okay, so here I used some wrapping paper. I think it's so cute. And then like these pieces right here are little cutouts from a magazine. So I actually went through some of the magazines that I have, and I cut pieces out to use. And again, I'm trying to really include kind of like a variety of pieces in here. So that's kind of what I did here. Here, this is a doily I got from my friend Abby. And then here's that the label with the Martinelli. And then I used some of the gold foil right there. And I think it's pretty. I wasn't sure if it would glue down okay, but it did. I just used the Fabri-Tac. It actually glued pretty good, like it's not lifting up. And then I have this cutout from one of my digitals. And then I also tried to include pictures from this year. And so, again, I got this magazine in the mail, and it had a bunch of like Christmassy pieces. So I actually tore them out and cut them out and used them in here. And I think that's... I think these pictures are from this catalog also, so just kind of keep that in mind. This is like a really scrappy type of page, and I love to add pictures in my journals also, and then just do a bit of journaling. Okay, so I use this picture. I love this picture because it reminds me of the time that we lived in a cabin. When we first moved, we found a little cabin on the lake, and it kind of reminds me of our time in the cabin. And so I love cabins, and I will always kind of like add them to my journals. I think they're so cute and cozy. I have journaling space right there. Okay, so this is one of my other sisters, and I added her Christmas card here, and again I covered up her label, and so I have the address right underneath so that if I ever need it, I have it in here also. I have it on my computer, but sometimes it's nice to have it like in physical form also. And this is a label I got from my sister, from a gift from my sister. And then I have some journaling actually in here. Okay, so this actually opens up and I have journaling in there, but I'm keeping it like this so that it gives me some privacy. Okay, so then here's another layout. This is actually from Ruby and Pearl. Okay, and then this is from a magazine also, and it's kind of like, it says Silent Night, and it talks about Christmas. My son's birthday is in December, so I added a picture of him and a card that we made for him, and so I kind of included that there. Okay, my friend sent me these beautiful pictures of her roses from her garden. So she sent these to me in an email, and I printed them out, and I wanted to add them in here too. And then this is a digital. I don't have that released yet, but I wanted to add it in my journal. Okay, so this is my other sister and her family. I have a lot of sisters, guys, so it's really nice because I can add all their cards in here, and I can see like pictures of their kids, and I think it's so cute. I just love having their Christmas cards in here. I feel like this layout is a little bit more like a scrapbook layout, and I do love to add these to my journal, but I have all this journaling space also. And then here I have a bunch of pieces that I kind of drew. I've been kind of drawing a lot lately, and so when I doodle on pieces like this. This is how I plan things out. So I figured I would just hold on to them because most of these are Christmas themed, and I'm just going to add them in there. Okay, and then I have this, this is a magazine picture of a dog. I thought that was so cute and so just Christmassy. Okay, so this card is from my friend Aloha. She sent me some Happy Mail, and I thought it was so perfect right here. Okay, so my grandma, I use this page in my journal because it has like the grandma on there, and my grandma was really sick this season, this Christmas season, so we're all talking to her, and most of my sisters were able to go see her. So everybody was really worried about her. She was in the hospital for a while. Okay, so this has just a bunch of pieces. Again, I covered up my journaling with all these little pieces that could be removed. I love these old photos. I think they're so pretty. Okay, and then here's this little layout. These verses that I have here are actually from my, they're like at the bottom of my bird. I have a bird digital with like photos of birds, and I actually cut them out because the print was okay, but the bird part of it didn't print properly. The printer was having some issues, so I just cut this part out to use. And then I have just little pieces in here. This is a little pocket. So this is tissue paper, and it's kind of like a flip up, but it's covering up my journaling. Okay. So one thing that I've been using a lot lately is my washi strips. So if you see these are my washi strips. Like I used it there. Let's see where else I love to use washi, so I've been trying to make it a point to try to use my washi strips more too. Okay, so here's the other side of the envelope, and I'm going to tuck more things in here like Christmas pieces. Okay, and this is my other sister and her husband. Okay, so this is from a gift that my daughter wrapped for my husband. And so I kept the wrapping and the little note, the handmade note tag. I thought that was so cute. And then I have this printable. Again, this is part of my freebie, and I offer it in my Facebook group. And so I will link it below, but it looks like my daughter when she was little. So I thought that was so cute. Okay, and here I have like a shorter little page. I think it's so cute. It's basically a butterfly with a verse. So this isn't really Christmas themed, but I love the verse, and I love to use verses in my journals. And so I added them in anyways, and I think the color scheme matches anyways. Okay, so this is some more journaling space. Again, this is from a magazine. And so you will always find like little things to cut out in magazines like that. And I think they are so cute. And I usually like to do this like when we're watching a movie because then I can multitask. Okay, and so this layout, I had to use it because I think it's so pretty. In the morning, I love to have my coffee, and I pull out my planner and I try to kind of like write a list of the things I need to do for the day. And I got a donut because it looks so pretty, but honestly, it wasn't very good. So anyways, but I took the picture and I figured I would just include that on there. But okay, so this is a fussy cut. I think it's so cute. And then I have the little campfire. We always make a lot of like bonfires outside, so I cut this out. Again, this is from a magazine, and I just felt like it was perfect, so I cut it out and I used it there. Okay, so I've been using a lot of cutouts in my journals. I find that they're really, they help a layout, like a collage layout, come together really easily when you have like an image, like a fussy cut or a sticker to add on top of your collage. So that's kind of another tip. This is a postcard I got from my friend Kim with Dodges and Daisies. And I think it's so cute. And so then I made a little little cluster right here with just like an evergreen tree, some little pieces of fabric, and then I have a little tape, the cassette tape. I found this little stamp with like a little sleigh and presents, and then I just have that little sentiment on there, and I think it's such a cute thing. Actually, this started out with just these couple pieces, and then I went through and I found this, and I thought, where do I want to add it? And so I looked throughout my whole journal, and it just looked cute in here. And then I pulled out all my stamps because I wanted to use some Christmas stamps, and then I looked throughout the whole journal, and it just kind of kept growing right here, and I love the way it turned out. So sometimes it kind of, like, I think it's finished. It would have been cute just like that with just this cluster, but I like it better like that. So sometimes it's nice to just keep adding on to it. Okay, this is a pocket, and this actually goes back here somewhere. Okay, so this year we drank pop, and usually I don't drink pop, but we do sometimes make exceptions. And so I was gonna mention that actually here in Texas there is a shop that sells, I guess it's like a Coca-Cola made for like Mexico or something, and it doesn't have corn syrup in it. It has just sugar, which obviously sugar isn't good for you either, but corn syrup is even worse. So anyways, my husband bought some pop during the holidays, and I wasn't feeling so well, and I remember my sister told me that when her son was really sick, this is like 20 years ago, her doctor told her he was really sick and throwing up, and her doctor told her to give him like a teaspoon of Coca-Cola like every hour because he kept throwing up. And so she did that, and and he got better. Like, he slowly got better. There's something in that syrup, I guess, that helped him to stop throwing up. And so anyways, usually if I'm nauseous or if I feel like I have a stomach bug, I usually take charcoal. But anyways, I did drink some cola, and I was feeling kind of sick, and I drank some cola, and I did feel better afterwards. And so I texted my sister and I told her, I'm drinking pop and it's all your fault. But anyways, I was totally joking, but I thought that was really funny, and it just kind of, yeah, I just kind of added that on in there. And I honestly, I love the red. I think that just the logo works really well in a Christmas journal, and so I included that in there. And then I included this. I think that's so pretty. One of my family's traditions is to watch Lord of the Rings as a family. So we did that, and while we're watching, of course, I cut out all these pieces, and I was like, okay, I'm going to mention the trees because I love the trees in Lord of the Rings. I think they're cool. Okay, so I have some pictures of the presents. I added this in here. This is from my friend Aloha. And I added this book page. I was going to cover it up, but then I kind of didn't want to because it has like holidays on there, and I thought that was kind of cool. Okay, so here is another layout that is really more of a collage. This is a photo that I took. This is just a picture from a magazine, and I thought that was cute because we usually make gingerbread cookies also. And then this is wrapping paper that my daughter decorated on a present, so I added that on here. And then these are just some cutouts from some of my digitals. Okay, so then my friend sent me a card with her family, and so I added that in there. I thought that was so sweet. Okay, and then I have the little snowman. I think it's so, so cute. And I received this kit. It's a mini kit. I actually have an unboxing video on my YouTube channel, and I received these paints from Grabby, and I love them. They come in this little compact case, and I started using them. One of my goals this year and last year, is to paint more, and it's kind of perfect. I just love that. Okay, so then I did some more journaling. This is when we went, this is one of my card printables, and then this is just from when we went to the Christmas concert at our church, and so I wanted to make sure I added some of the pictures in here. Oh, and I used some of my digital washi tape right here. This is from my Charlotte collection. So basically, I don't do a whole lot of journaling for myself. Like, I love to do it, but a lot of times I'm making digitals and I'm creating journals. So a lot of times I don't have time to go and work on my own personal journal. So this was really fun. It was kind of a challenge for me to put this together and record some of our memories. Okay, so this is my other journaling page. I don't have a whole lot of photos. I wish I took more, but it's been a really, really busy season for us. So, but I'm glad I have these ones. My son, and this my daughter. And so then, and I got a little bit of journaling done right here, and I added this. Okay, like how pretty is that? So this is one of my digitals. I tore it out. I inked the edges just a little bit, and I wrote a verse on there, and I think it's so pretty. And then I have this, I have one of my envelopes on here, and I kind of use that to cover up my journaling because I do like to have some privacy for my journaling. Okay, again, I have another envelope, more journaling stuff inside, and then I just journaled some songs and a verse. Okay, so this is a like envelopes with more ephemera in there. So then I have journaling on here, and I'm just going to turn the page there. And then I have this layout. These are old digitals from my Christmas collection. More digitals from my Christmas collection. I wanted to make sure I added some of this really beautiful artwork of like the nativity scene. And then I have some of the verses that I wanted to include in here. See, so this actually opens up just a bunch of journaling inside. I just kind of covered it up. Okay, so this is a pocket, so I could put more things in there. And this is basically just a collage I did on there. Okay, so this is something my husband, he bought us this chocolate, and it makes a perfect little tuck spot. I mean, look how cute that is. So of course I had to use that. And then I have some journaling notebook paper there. So this can tuck inside here. And I think the colors work perfect for Christmas. This also is in my Etsy shop. And this one usually I just attach it with a brad straight on there so that I can turn it. Well, this one, I ended up taping it to this paper clip. See that? I just taped this part down, and so it just clips on there. So it doesn't move really because it's a paper clip. See that? And then these pieces right here, I have from my friend Lisa, and I journaled on the back of this, but I love the red. She actually sent this to me with some strawberry themed ones, but I really wanted to use it here, and because the reds work really well with the greens, so I love that. I think it's so pretty. Okay, so then on this side it says happy birthday, and it was my son's birthday this month, so it's perfect. Got more journaling under there. Here's the other side of that Coca-Cola part. Okay, so this again is covering up some of my journaling. This is from Ruby and Pearl. And then this is just a little tag I tucked on there. Okay, this here is wallpaper. This is a card from my friend Aloha, and how cute is that? I love the woodland animals. So, so cute. Okay, and this beautiful, beautiful lace is from my friend Abby with Birdie Blessings, and she sent me this beautiful antique lace, and I just love it so much. I wanted to use it because every time I will open the journal, I will remember that she sent that to me, and it's just the most beautiful lace. Okay, so this is from my Etsy shop. This is from my Etsy shop. Here's another pocket I did in there. Here's some more modern day ephemera that I used. My sister sent me some coffee, so I cut the wrapper and I attached it on here because it's red, and usually I would layer something on top to make it more visually pleasing, but I haven't figured out what I wanted to add. So this is how it is for now. Okay, and then more journaling space. I do love to journal. Some more images of baby Jesus. Okay, and then again, I use these. I found these in a magazine. So how cute are these? So if you guys check your magazines, you might find some really cute pieces you can add. This is a digital from my shop. That's a digital from my shop. Digital from my shop. And this background paper is probably the first digital I've ever made, and I actually reduced the price on this kit. It's a pretty huge kit, and it was like the first one I made, so it's a little bit more grungy, but I love it. I think it works. I think it's so pretty, and I love the polka dots. Okay, and this is from my friend Abby, And of course I had to use some tinsel on there. I had to add a little bit of sparkle. And then I have this digital that I wanted to use, and I think it's so pretty. This is from Ruby and Pearl, and I think that's really pretty. Look at that. Okay, so this envelope right here, this is another tuck spot. This is actually from my friend Denise's shop, and I will link her below because she has some really great junk journaling supplies. And so I use this here, and I love it. Okay, how cute is this little girl? She actually reminds me of my sister, my older sister, when she was little. And so I tucked it in here, and I feel like it works really well with the vintage and the red. And it totally reminds me of Romania. She's just a year older than me, so we grew up together, and she always wore red. And just like the vintage feel of this reminds me of her. So, and she just came to visit me a few months ago, so it was really nice to see her and her family. Okay, and then this layout here, I love it because look at that verse. See how it says walk humbly? That picture is so perfect for this verse. Anyway, so I love this layout. I think it's so perfect, and actually this verse came up a lot in our conversation as a family, so I actually made a whole digital with these, and I wanted to use it for this month. Okay, so I have this envelope. I love using these envelopes in my journals, and then I have a little tag. Then I just have something tucked in there. This is from my friend Michelle, Tape and Twine, I think, and I will link her below. How cute is this? And I actually have 2 of her digitals in my journal. I did a little bit of stitching right there. This is actually a tag that I collaged, and I just layered some doily on here. I don't know if you noticed, I use a lot of the white doilies. It's like the perfect addition, and it's like the perfect little detail. You can also use lace, but I always use, you'll see, I use it everywhere. It just adds a bit of texture. It adds like that perfect little detail and layer to any collage or anything you do, really. So you'll see I used them like everywhere. I just realized that now. It's like little bits and pieces throughout my journal. See that? Again, it looks like snow here. I use tissue on here too. I don't know if you can see that. I use some tissue with like little sparkly pieces. See? Okay, so, and then again right here. Okay, so I use that a lot. That's another little tip. Okay, so this right here is all journaling. And again, I love to keep my journaling private. So what I did was I put this paper clip right there. And this, isn't that pretty? My sister actually did the writing, and I tore it off the envelope and I added it on here. I think she did such a pretty job, so I wanted to keep it. Okay, so then this is Ruby and Pearl, and then this is just from my Etsy shop, and I wanted to add it there. Okay, and then this is in my winter, my vintage winter photo printables, and I love it. I think it's so cute. It reminds me of Romania. If you guys don't know, I'm from Romania, but I was only like 3 years old when I came to America, so I don't remember much, but I always saw pictures, and they always look like this, or like the black and white ones I used in here, like that, or like this. So that vintage look is so nostalgic to me, and it's you'll see that in a lot of my journals because, oops. Okay, so you'll see that in a lot of my journals because I love to use like the black and white or sepia photos. Okay, again, I have a little bit of doily there. Okay, so for this year, for Christmas, my son got me these really cool erasers that look like gems. So this was the box it came in, And I glued it on here because it's pretty, and I wanted to kind of add that on there. And I think this is so cute. Again, this looks like snow. Let me give you a close-up. It has like little pieces of glitter on there. And this again is my freebie. You guys go check out my Facebook page, my Facebook group. I have these little little slide printables with birds. They're so cute. And then I have the verses. These are all digitals in my shop. Here's again the washi tape, how I used it at the top of the page. It just adds a bit of color and contrast to a page, so I like it. I think it's so pretty. Okay, so this, again, I've used these a lot this Christmas. This is like one of my newer digitals, and I love these little winter birds. Again, I used a lot of fussy cuts. There's the other side of the envelope, and again, I love this vintage look. It looks so good with all the pieces. Okay, and then the lamppost. I love this picture. It's so cute. These are the Christmas journals I made, and I took a picture, and I decided to add them in my my journal because those are my journals for the month. And this is the viewfinder that turns. So see how I poked it right through here. See that? Okay. So this way it actually moves and it's kind of interactive. It's almost like a fidget toy. It moves. So anyways, those are my journals and some more space for journaling. I used a stamp right here and some little cutouts. I love this layout. Again, I love the black and white photos. I love these vintage photos. They're so cool. I actually love photography. My husband and I used to do photography as a business before we had kids. So I will always love photography, and vintage photography is like a whole different level for me. I just love those black and white prints. They're so, so beautiful. So I love to use them in my artwork. Oh, and then there's something I wrote that I don't mind sharing. Okay. And more journaling space. Okay, that's one of the tags on my son's present. This right here is from Ruby and Pearl. There's a tag from my daughter's present. And then here's one of the printables with the birds on them. I have these with the Bible verses and without, so that if you have something you want to just journal right underneath, that's like perfect place to journal. But I also have the verses if you like them with the verses, and I like to use both actually. This is another digital from my shop, and that's the freebie. And then this is in my shop also. This is part of the winter digital. And then I love this brown packaging paper. Like, look at that texture. That's so pretty. Journaling with black ink will look really pretty on there. So this is a digital. Actually, I didn't release this yet, but I was just kind of playing around and I made it, so I added it to my journal. This is from my friend Carrie, and I will link her below also. And then this is from Michelle with tape and twine. And how cute is that? And how cute is that? I actually made it into a card. See that? And the paper actually is a digital. I haven't released yet. Guys, I have so many digitals like this that I work on. And I probably made this a year ago with the little roses. And I think it's so pretty, so I used it. But I don't have the whole kit done yet. A lot of times I'll make bits and pieces like this. Will take a few hours, or You know, sometimes they go faster depending on how I make them, but like this I'll make, and then if I have, a lot of times I'll want more pieces to go with it, so this wasn't finished, but hopefully I'll have something soon. Anyways, isn't that cute? The little girl in the red frame. It's so perfect. I think I love it for Christmas, but it's really cute for Valentine's Day too. And then I have the little bird cutouts. I actually just sat down and cut a bunch of the birds, and what I did was I went through and I added them throughout my whole journal. I just kind of looked for places to add detail. Now I want to show you guys. So I love cutouts, fussy cuts, stickers, and so I like to make my own also. So I have kind of like my own unique ones. And so I've been using those ones a whole lot this year. All the little fussy cuts. I find that it helps kind of add nice detail to a page or to a cluster. It adds like the perfect little detail, and it kind of completes the page, if that makes sense. I used them a lot in Happy Mail also. I can't find them now. I thought I had more. For sure I had some more. There's the bird. I knew I used it in another place. It's like the perfect little addition to it, I think. So, but anyways, when I originally made this journal, it was just pretty blank and empty, and I honestly filled it up in like a couple days. I feel like a couple days. I just worked really hard on getting it kind of done and filled out. Okay, so that is my journal. Look how thick it got. I can't believe that. I can't believe I filled it up. Look how thick it is. Wow. Okay, so this is my journal, guys. I hope you guys like it. I really hope that this was helpful to kind of like, if you guys are looking for ideas or inspiration for using modern day ephemera in your journals, just look for logos. People spend a lot of time and money on their logos, so being able to use logos from products is a great tip. I'll show you guys some more. Here's my, we just got this from Costco. But look at that. How cute is that for like baking at the bottom? Or even that the little seal is so cute. You can like put a bird on top of that, and you can have like a little sticker type of thing. Or the green at the top. I think the green color, I love that this, I love that it's matte. I don't know if you see what I mean. The paper is matte. It's not shiny. Although you can do a mix. It's not like you can't use both. You can do a mix of things. So anyways, that's kind of like some of the ideas I had about using, like repurposing pieces. And I hope that was helpful. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I hope that you guys enjoy this. If you guys enjoyed it, please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that bell button so you will be notified of my future content. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.